see. Nor never shall be. Alright, hold on. Matthew chapter 24, verse 21. I just want to get to the point. Yeah, I'll get down to the point. For there shall be great tribulation, such as not seen, such as not since the beginning of the world, this time, nor shall ever be. Now, we're not just talking about the siege of Jerusalem in 70 AD, alright, but in a bigger sense now, alright, it's going into Jacob's trouble, man. Jacob's trouble, man, which is going to come again, man. Alright, it has to come, okay? There's no ifs, ands, or buts, alright? It's going to come, man. Alright? Yeah, I was thinking I was going to get a couple more scriptures on it, but let's see. I believe it has something planned out to go into, because, yo, that news article, it ain't, you know, tell you everything, man. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. But I'm gonna go back to, let me see. This is something I'm thinking of. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it. But yeah, I'm just gonna go back and move on to some other topics I have that I want to go into. I mean, that's really the point. I mean, there's other things that's been going on. There's been shootings down here in Ithaca. You know, there's been there was an active shooter not too long ago who was walking around really not the campus, but you know, walking around the fucking place, man. Walking around, I believe it was this area. Maybe they were referring to that in this article I pulled out to you. You had that. You had bomb threats, man. I saw that bomb threats at Ivy League. You had bomb threats at Cornell, man. So I mean, that's going into it, man. The love of many waxing cold, man. You got these students, they losing their fucking mind, man. All right, they bugging out, man. So, you work the students halfway damned to death, man, and this is what you're gonna get. All right, this is what you're gonna get. This is the book of, not the book. Yeah, I want to go into more how these devils destroy their own people. So, Amerithrax or anthrax investigation. So, this is talking about the anthrax papers that we're going to go into. Soon after the terrorist attacks of 9/11, I'm not going to say the word, okay? We know what it is, we know that's fake, okay? It's simple as that, alright? 5 Americans, letters laced with anthrax began apparent in U.S. mail, okay? And anthrax is a biological weapon. So this is CDC. Let's see here. Penicillin, blah blah blah. Okay. Yeah. So we'll start off here with anthrax. Throughout history, from biblical times to modern day, many sicknesses have been described with symptoms that resemble anthrax. Although we can't know for sure whether these earliest and earliest were in fact anthrax, many uses believe that they were. So I don't want to go into it. You know, that's something I can do at a later date, go into possibly anthrax in the Bible, because anthrax is I'm going to go into, it's like a biological agent. So let's go into meaning. So anthrax is a serial bacterial disease of sheep and cattle causing acute and often fatal septicemia and also transmissible to humans. Spores or cells of bacterium that cause anthrax. I don't know what septicemia is. Septicemia. That already makes me think of Satania severus. Sepsis. A life-threatening complication of an infection. Sepsis occurs when chemicals released in the bloodstream to fight an infection send inflammation throughout the body. This can cause a cascade of changes that damage multiple organ systems, leading them to fail. Sometimes even result in death. So, these devils, man. This anthrax is a biological agent that causes inflammation in your body, like other fucking agents. They just fuck you up, man. It's from spores that cause, just like an illness. Not to get too far into it. But I was looking down here. So this is cdc.gov on anthrax. Let's see here. Anthrax. History of anthrax. So back down the page. So 1900s first liver use of anthrax was active aggression. The first liver use of anthrax was active aggression was reported in the early decades of the 1900s, including during World War I. And we know that World War I is written in the scriptures in Revelation chapter 9. Those locusts are talking about dog fighting, right? A lot of the increase. Maybe I could go into it. I haven't gone into it in a minute. Let me see how much I can remember. Because it's something I'm thinking of in Revelation chapter 9. So Revelation chapter 9 verse 1, the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven to the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. Now I believe this is Yahweh Shai, as it's talking about he having the key. But that bottomless pit represents Europe, because let's look at that word bottomless again. So that I remember. Abyss, pit, unbounded, immeasurable depth, boundless, deep, abyss, pit. I believe it's going into now the like how it's desolate. Like Europe has resources, but it's not like a fertile crescent. That's why it's called the bottomless pit. But it is Europe. Hold on. Yeah. I believe it's going into, I mean, I know it's Europe, but it's because Europe isn't known for its natural resources. Certain parts, they have a little something here and there. Alright, but it's not like a fertile crescent where you live. Alright, Israel. They opened the bottomless pit, and there rose smoke out of the pit, and the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun, the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. Okay, so, war, man. And they came out of the smoke, locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power, and the scorpions of the earth have power. So those locusts are going to those dog fighters, those jets. Okay, those little, they got little locusts, man. They look like locusts. When you really look at them, they look like flying locusts in the air, man. Verse 4, it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any living thing, neither any tree, but only those men who have not the seal of the Most High of the earth. Now, if I'm correct, alright, you go into this, you go into how you had Israelites in World War I, but they weren't as big as a casualty as these Edomites, man. Alright, these Edomites were getting fucked up, man. Alright, because you had Jakes down there, they consigned and forced Jakes to fight in World War I when you look into the history. Alright, but this is mainly like an Edomite war, man. You had thousands of fucking Edomites just fucking getting in there, man, and getting busy. Look up the battle of Verdun. You had thousands of them just kicking the hell out of each other, man. Verse 5, and its number was given that they should not kill them, but they should be tormented 5 months in their torment, as the torment of a scorpion when he struck a man. Alright, so they should not kill them. So a lot of Edomites died, but you had a lot of injured Edomites. There were a lot of Edomites that got caught up. You had a place called No Man's Land. And if you were shot out in No Man's Land, man, someone would just have to be brave enough to get you, because they didn't have helicopter evacuation like they got now. Alright, we got helicopter evacuation to pull injured dudes out. But back then, man, you were hurt, they would just leave your ass, man. Like I said, man, this man's a damn devil, man. And this anthrax was used during this, man. This goes into that as well, man. Anthrax was used during it. It was a biological weapon. They used poison gas, mustard gas. That would fuck up your organs and shit, kill you. Verse 6. In those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. Let's go into it, as I said, the high injury rate during World War I, man. You had motherfuckers just fucked up, man. You know, you got people that had their faces blown off, part of their face fucking was all fucked, alright, because they got shot, man, or they got blown through with a fucking bomb. You got certain people that had fucking hit in the face with shrapnel and shit. People losing eyes and legs and arms and shit. You know, that war was terrible, man. That's how we know, man. A wicked ruler, when a wicked bear rules, the people mourn, man. That's what these devils do. They just, World War I was done just to get Germany out of power. Alright, Germany was really moving on some high power, you know, kind of moving on some next level kind of time. They were on something else, man. I believe Germany started the Industrial Revolution, and these devils, they plucked them up out of there, man, and got their asses out. Alright, they came, you know, and they forced Africa to go here, man. Alright, and joined the war as well in those drafts. Alright. Verse 7, and the shapes of locusts were like unto horse breaks, the battle on the heads, as it were, like crowns of gold, and their faces were as the faces of men. Alright, so the locusts were like horses preparing to battle, so they had like noise. They made noise like horses prepared to battle. They, you know, they're fighting instruments, they're weapons, man. And on the heads were like crowns of gold, and their faces were like the faces of men. Okay, yeah, verse 8, and you have here the hair of women in their teeth, or the teeth of lions. So the hair of woman in that golden crown, that's going to high level German soldiers, if I'm correct. I know the hair of woman for sure, because you look at, you know, like the Austrian and the German officers, they had like a woman's hair, like horseback hair on their shit, man. Alright? Yeah, but I don't think I gotta go any more into this, because I think I pretty much proved the point. But yeah, man, World War I, it's written in the scriptures, man. It's written in the scriptures. So, the first deliberate use of anthrax as an act of aggression was recorded in the early decades of the 1900s during World War I. There's evidence that the German army used anthrax to secretly infect livestock and animal feed traded to the Allied nations by neutral partners. An example of this undercover biological warfare was the infection of Argentinian livestock. Oh man! Alright. Argentinian, let's see. I believe it's this one, Argentinian. Yeah, there we go. Naphtali. Alright, so they went to Naphtali. You know, we're using Naphtali to trade out their goods, man. And we're trying to poison it, to poison these other nations, man. Livestock intended for trade with the Allied forces, resulting in the death of 200 mules in 1917 and 1918. Alright, that's why when you read here, in Sirach 12 verse 10, alright, let's go ahead and get it. Alright. Never trust thy enemy, but his iron rusted soul is his wickedness, man. Alright, these devils, man, they're fucking wicked, man. That's why you don't trust them. Alright? That's why you don't trust these devils, because, I mean, hell, they do this shit to themselves, man. You know, if you want more of how these devils fuck each other over, you got World War I, World War II, alright? Because Russia, I believe, was working with the Allies, and then after, they started going against America, and you got that whole Cold War situation, the Cuban Missile Crisis, as we all know. Alright, so you guys are stupid, man. You guys trust these fucking devils, man. These devils, they don't want nothing but evil for you, man. Let's go ahead and get it. Genesis chapter 27. I'll go to the point. Verse 30. Yeah, Genesis 27. Verse 38. And Esau said to his father, "Have thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father." And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. So we already know the story. Alright, Esau had his blessing supplanted from him by Jacob. Esau never wanted the blessing anyway, man. So when he got supplanted, Jacob's name is supplanted. He's supplanted. You know? I'm seeing a lot of military troops down here, man. Oh shit. Hey, it maybe might go down this week. Who knows? But I saw two troops. One rolling down the street and one in his car, man. So, you know, maybe there's some sort of situation coming down up here. Maybe they're moving in National Guard to help with the police situation down here. Because I did go into, you know, how this is a precursor to the Jacob's Trouble. All right, but later in the article, I didn't really want to. Spirit didn't have me to go read the whole thing. All right, but I read it on the way over here. But the police, there's a shortage down here in Ithaca. Like their police force is cut in half. So it's very possible they pulled in some troops to deal with the shortage to cover up for their lost men. All right, so hey, who knows, man? It could be around the corner. It is what it is, man. Wadi Habba Shimi Shot. All right, so verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, "Behold, that God shall provide us the earth and the dew of heaven above." Now Esau can have blessings to have the entire world. And he did. It came to pass, man. Esau is the wicked. The world was given into his hand. Esau has fooled the entire world into thinking that he's God. Okay, he's fooled the entire world into thinking that he's the men, he's the Israelites. As well as the fucking Romans. So he's the Israelites, he's the Romans, he's the Greeks, he's the fucking Babylonians, he's the Philistines, he's the fucking Canaanites. I mean, this devil is fucking everybody, ain't he? He's everybody. He's everyone, alright, and not Esau. He's everyone but Esau. Oh, Esau is destroyed, man. But there's no end to, what about that scripture, man? There's no end to all the people. Okay, well, oh man, these fucking devils on some other shit, man. Verse 40, by the sword shalt thou live, shall serve thy brother. Okay, that sword is going into Esau's technology, man. Look at the things that Esau's created. Everything, I don't say everything, but a lot of things you see out here using electricity, okay? Which, you know, electricity was used in the ancient world, you know, a little bit. That was a theory. It may, whether it's true or not, you know, whatever. Somewhere, somehow, he learned that shit from somewhere. That's all I gotta say, okay? Because a lot of the architecture Edomites use today, it came from the Moors. But the Moors are Israelites, they were on some, like, mentally on another level, man, when it came to their buildings. Because they took Roman architecture, you know, coming out of Jaffa and shit, and they twisted it and brought in their own elements of architecture. It just made cities look beautiful, man. Like Andalusia, look at the castles that Jake had, man, or just the cities. They were beautiful, man. You know, shit. Yeah, go in there, the air was smelling good, man. You didn't have to worry about horses and donkeys running across the street, or dogs all over the fucking place, man, like you got down here. Every other next person is a fucking dog. You don't have any fucking personal fucking space out here, man. All right. People out here, man, it's fucking disgusting, man. Let's keep going, man. It shall come to pass, and thou shalt have dominion, that thou shalt break the yoke, his yoke from off thy neck, which they did. Mainly, 1453, you know, the Edomites, they started to get their shit together, because we read about Revelation chapter 20. The devils had the great chain represents slavery. These devils were enslaved for a period of 1,000 years. I'm doing good on time. These devils were enslaved for a period of 1,000 years. Okay? And these devils, they were, but 1,000 years. But they started to get it together. Like they started to get little Turk tribes started to get together, and they started to put in work, man. They started to kick ass. I believe they took I don't know the history of time. They took Iran and Persia. Well, fucking Iran, not Persia. Iran and Persia are the same place. They took Persia. Back then it was called Persia, but Iran is Persia, by the way. Brothers don't know. I'm not sure if they took Iraq, but they just started, bugging out in that area, and eventually they spread and took down Constantinople in 1453, as it brought the history with the use of the siege cannon, or the super cannon that these Edomites have. I want to err on the safe side. I don't want to talk about who built it, because the history isn't really there, about who built those siege cannons for those Edomites. It's about this guy named Orphan, but the information's kind of murky, and I don't want to look into every little fucking thing right now, man. We'll do a lesson on it Sunday. But yeah, that's why I would attribute it to Esau's sword, but once I get more information on it, then I'll be able to confidently say, oh, okay. But chances are this Orban dude is Jake, But yeah, and then the Renaissance period, with that head being wounded down to death, man, that Roman Empire is taken down, the Holy Roman Empire coming back, Holy Roman Empire being built up, with Jake ruling it, okay? And then they're done healing that wound, man, that deadly wound being healed, the Renaissance time period, and having that, that dominion given back unto them, man. And now these devils are out here, they're running ragged, man. They're running rampant, man. They're on the loose, and they're just putting in all kinds of work, man. But let's see if we can get Give me a moment, because I want to go into one scripture. Just go a little bit more in depth. Revelation chapter 20, I'll go down to the point, verse 8, because I already explained the first point, how these devils are put into slavery. These Edomites put in slavery for 1,000 years. Alright, and put in slave for 1,000 years, as I said, and then I'm breaking out, of course, and then I want to go down here, and I'm just going to skip down to verse 8. Revelation 20, verse 8, and shall, I just go down to verse 7. And when 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. When you read Revelation 20, it's not in order. Like, when you read verse 4 through 6, about the saints having rulership and thrones, that's talking after the fact. This is going to happen after. Alright, that's a different time period. Okay, in that 1,000 years, okay, 1,000 years you read about in verse 6, okay, is talking about ruling forever. 1,000 years means completion. When you read it in verse 5, and you hear about the 1,000 years were finished, okay, that's the other nations getting their rulership back once that 1,000-year time period is completed. Okay, it's not hard to understand or break down. Alright, that's all that means. Go back into it. Verse 7, and when 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and shall go out to the sea of the nations, which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, Russia, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is in the sand of the sea. So you can go into Ezekiel 38. We already know, I think I've gone into it before, we can't. Alright, going into Gog and Magog and the books being pulled into his mouth. And Russia's going to be brought back to that warlike state, which they already are in, but Russia's kind of had its fucking teeth broken a little bit. Russia's still out there on some doing business equipment work, where they're building next generation fighter jets. But they lost a lot of their provinces, the western provinces, with that fall of the Soviet Union. So, hey man, they're gonna be brought back to that warlike state, come back to put in work. And World War III is gonna, bust off, and that's gonna be it for these devils, man. So I'm doing good. And but yeah, the 1,000-year time period to go out and see the world again. All right, and you already know what deception, man. Those wine, man, the wine of Babylon, man. They deceive the nations with their fucking wine, with their philosophies. All right, that's what these devils do, man. That wine of Babylon merely represents the philosophies, their American fool system, that many of our people get caught up in. I was an unfortunate victim of it, and an unfortunate victim of it. Okay, but I don't let it get down on me, man, because I pray on it, pray more. I get delivered from this fucked up situation, and I get to keep it moving. Verse 27, verse 21. Esau hated Jacob because of blessing him. His father blessed him. Esau said in his heart, his mind, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. So I will mourn for my father, alright, because he knew that his father was, old and stricken in years. Okay? And he said, then will I go and kill my brother. He's a fucking devil, man. He said, alright, I'm gonna mourn for some time, but then, when I'm done, man, I'm gonna kill this dude, man. Alright, and these devils have been like that. They've been running around, and kicking our people's asses all across the world since then. Alright?